Art is documenting the truth in real time. And when you hold a mirror up to yourself and up to society, the powers that be, they can't put their own rhetoric or spin on it. If this is your first time seeing me, I'm naes, the artist you don't know yet. I make music and digital content. I love collaborating with other artists so that we can collectively shape a better world. Art is a mirror. At least that's how I see it. The more that we tap into our creativity, the more they won't like it. They are the culprits, but we can also be the culprits if we uphold the oppression that's been indoctrinated into us. Put your face in the world. When you're putting your face in the world, what we're seeing is a more accurate picture. It is when we're suppressed as artists that the picture can get distorted. You may feel like you have to fix everything about yourself to live in this society because some people are doing it. Some people have a house, a car, can afford grad school, and travel the world. So it must be a personal problem. It can't potentially be a systemic, unilateral up. It has to be personal, so I have to figure it out. And if I don't, I'm the one to blame. They, the powers that be, and those who uphold that oppression want you to believe that. They want us to feel that way. Because if we're always thinking that it's our fault, we can internalize a lot of hate for ourselves. If we hate ourselves, it's really easy to hate our neighbors. And if we hate our neighbors, it's really hard to work together and figure out solutions to our common problems. They are not creatives. They're capitalists. Maybe they're not capitalists, but they're definitely capitalist wannabes or people who have capitalist tendencies and ideologies. What do I mean by that? I mean the creative business owner, entrepreneur that has like some 10-year plan about building out their business via products and services that commodify art, that are sold to the consumer being the people, despite economic and environmental crises, and then want to use the wealth that they accumulate, or at least hope to come back into the community and buy the block. I'm talking about them. Whether it's intentional or not, they're upholding the capitalistic system that is oppressing us. If your content strategy or business model is based around extracting wealth or money from a group of people that you identified with at one point, but now position yourself as superior or the savior complex, now you have a story to tell and lessons to teach, but it comes for $15.99 or $3,000 workshops. You're using the same tools of oppression that the powers that be use. Today, more than ever, it is harder for the average family to keep a roof over their head. Creative entrepreneurs come back into their community looking to extract wealth so that they can build their own. It's like, what wealth? Our communities are poorer than ever. I'm of the belief that that's actually the opposite of what art is supposed to do. Art is supposed to inject value into our communities via creation hubs for learning, more libraries, more art shows and galleries, community services such as cultivating a community garden, technology swaps, things like that. When we get creative about our social interactions, the way we want to live, we'll see real change. But if we're too busy putting our creativity into business models that are designed to oppress us and our communities, not only are we stagnating our own artistic growth, we're potentially stagnating the artistic and social growth of those around us. Genuine art calls for genuine audiences. It is truly the creation of it all. As I've continued my creative journey, I've realized that there's so much community out here. And I think this may be the biggest reason why they hate artists. Art is infectious. So they utilize a lot of time and resources to suppress artists. Some of that systemic oppression looks like economic opportunities for artists under capitalism. It is very common that people believe that artists don't or can't make money. And personally, I don't make money off my art. I don't. I made money working in corporate tech. I recently quit that job and I'm pivoting into environmentalism. Until I land a job I'm fun employed, it's very likely that my next stable source of income will come through another 9 to 5. So making it super hard economically for artists to sustain themselves based off of their intangible work is part of the systemic oppression of art. Oddly enough, the hyper commodification of art is also doing the same thing. You may think, well, Renee, how is it if creatives are becoming entrepreneurs and able to sell their art? How could that be oppression? It forces us to rewire our creative minds. And in doing that, we repackage our art more so for its consumption than for the genuine expression. Now we have to think about marketing, algorithms, promotion, pitching. Sometimes you have to completely refine your project so that it can fit into the criteria of a specific grant or brand partnership. In doing this, it tends to flatten and sometimes erase our message as artists. Anytime basic human necessities, food, water, housing, art, become commodities, and the commodification of those things are so normalized, it is suppression. We see that today with food, where DoorDash and Klarna partnered up. It is not empowering to have to split your $60 delivery for you and your child into 4 payments. That is oppression. And I think the same is to say for the commodification of art. Anywho, what do we do about it? I like to end things with reassurance because it's necessary. The reassurance I can offer today is to keep being creative. Keep seeking art that truly reflects the times, art that truly reflects and represents your existence. For me, that looks like seeking out art made by queer Black women and femmes. I think about creating my art through that lens as well. And it doesn't only have to be the intersections that I identify with, but holding space for the intersections that I identify with enables me to hold space for the intersections that I don't. I think it also means centering art relevant to certain aspects of society. Like, if we're going to make art specifically about climate change, maybe we should be centering here in the United States Native people, Native Americans, and how for generations their community tended to this land before any of us were either brought here or came here. It's like nuanced, right? But I think it's important to just keep exposing yourself to art that feels genuine. That doesn't mean art that's like super deep and not fun. Fun art can still be transformative, balancing what we consume, what we experience is definitely a path forward. Create some shit from your specific lens. I'm currently working on an EP, and if you're interested in stuff like that, subscribe to my channel and follow me on Instagram or check out my Spotify. It really doesn't matter how you support me. There are tons of links in the description box to do so. As always, I'm naes, the artist you don't know yet. Thank you for being here. Later, neighbors. Bye.